मुझे लगता है 3 मेन इश्यूज हैं केस स्टडीज सॉल्व करने में, आंसर लिखने में और प्रेजेंट करने में 3 मेन इश्यूज हैं। एक इशू टाइम का है, और 2 इश्यूज क्वालिटी के हैं। One, you do not have enough time, and that is what I started a discussion with. You do not have enough time to write a good answer, and that is what the objective of this session is, that how can we prepare you, how can you be prepared to write good answers in limited time. And there are 2 other issues which are corresponding to quality. I'll discuss what those issues are. तो पहले time वाले की बात कर लेते हैं. If anyone has given mains earlier, you would definitely know this. If you have not given, then you will realize it soon enough. Ask your friends, they know this thing. Time is a very, very big constraint in paper 4. Most people, I'm not saying many, I'm saying most people that I talk to, they are not able to attempt paper 4 fully. एक दो सवाल सब लोग छोड़ के, काफी सब लोग नहीं, काफी लोग छोड़ के आते हैं. I'm sure you understand that if you leave 1 or 2 questions, you are sacrificing your chance of selection by a very big margin. मतलब बहुत बड़ा गेम है. अगर आप 2-3 सवाल छोड़ रहे हो, एक भी सवाल छोड़ रहे हो, तब आपके चांसेस काफी कम हो गए हैं. यू आर नॉट इवन इन द गेम इन दैट सेंस. देन attempting paper 1, 2, 3 completely, it's a challenge in itself. But what we see is people are generally able to fully attempt those papers. Quality of attempt matter obviously करता है, लेकिन मैं अभी quality की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, पहले मैं केवल time की बात कर रहा हूँ. Time management. पेपर 1, 2, 3 में कैसे कैसे करके आप पेपर कंप्लीट कर, यू आर एबल टू कंप्लीट द पेपर. बट पेपर 4 में इवन इफ यू ट्राई वेरी हार्ड, वेरी फ्यू पीपल आर एबल टू कंप्लीट द पेपर. देयर वुड स्टिल बी सम क्वेश्चंस लेफ्ट अनआंसर्ड. एंड आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट यू बिफूलिंग योरसेल्फ, जहां पे आप अपने आप को बेवकूफ बनाते हो ये सोच के कि दैट आई हैव रिटन, आई हैव स्क्रिबल्ड सम वर्ड्स इन सम आंसर्स. दैट इज नॉट एन अटेम्प्ट. You're simply befooling yourself thinking that yes, there was a question, I've written 1 paragraph or have written some few words in that answer and hence मेरा attempt पूरा हुआ है. No, आपको उसमें एक भी नंबर नहीं मिलेगा, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 1 या आधा नंबर आपको मिल जाएगा. तो वो attempt नहीं है. पेपर 4 में पेपर attempt करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है complete. अब क्यों होता है और उसको फिर solution क्या है, हम दोनों पार्ट डिस्कस करेंगे. I'll be talking about case studies primarily, but this goes for the first theoretical part also. The key reason as to why people are not able to fully attempt their paper, GS paper 4, is because the nature of questions is new. The question that you come across will be on the newer side. You might not have, you probably will not have seen that question. जो पेपर 1, 2, 3 का सवाल है, वो सवाल के ऊपर आपने चिंतन जरूर किया होगा किसी ना किसी फॉर्म में. यू वुड हैव थॉट अबाउट दैट क्वेश्चन अर्लियर. क्वेश्चन इज ऑन अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इन पेपर 3, लेट्स से, यू वुड हैव थॉट अबाउट, गिवन अ थॉट अबाउट दैट थिंग. But question is on integrity or transparency. I'm not saying that you don't know about what integrity transparency is, but the question's context would be something that is unique. You might not have come across integrity, transparency, honesty, leadership, all those things in the context of what is asked in the question. It is, mostly speaking, a newer type of question. And because it's a kind of new question, hence you have to think on your feet at that point. You have to apply whatever knowledge you have gathered in past to the context of the question, which by definition will take a lot of time. And because this takes time, it naturally results in you not being able to complete the paper in the required time. There is no hard and fast rule कि पहले केस स्टडीज करनी है या पहले थ्योरेटिकल करना है. आपको सारे सवाल अटेम्प्ट करने हैं और सारे ही अच्छे से अटेम्प्ट करने हैं. चॉइस नहीं है. अगर पहले दिन से ही चॉइस लेके चलोगे ना कि हाँ भाई चॉइस है, मेरे को पहले केस स्टडीज करनी क्योंकि वो मोर इंपॉर्टेंट है, ज्यादा स्कोरिंग है, जैसे दैट मीन्स आप रिकॉग्नाइज कर रहे हो कि आई एम गोइंग टू लीव 1 or 2 क्वेश्चन इन थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट. चॉइस नहीं है, आपको सारा अटेम्प्ट करना है. You may decide to attempt case studies first because let's say that helps you to warm up your mind to answer theoretical, or vice versa, attempt theoretical first because that warms up your mind to answer case studies. That you may decide, but don't decide on the basis of priority कि case studies important है इसीलिए पहले case study करनी है. Important दोनों बराबर हैं और दोनों ही completely attempt करने हैं. The time, as I was saying, the time is relatively, it seems less because the nature of questions is new. Same thing goes for case studies. There is no way, there is no chance that you would have seen the case study earlier. You may have attempted a lot of case studies, but the case study that you will come across would be new. The characters would be new. The situation would be new. The background would be new. And hence you have to read that entire paragraph, entire page once or twice or thrice. पहली बार में तो पढ़ोगे तब तो आपको केवल कैरेक्टर के नाम याद होंगे कि हाँ कौन कौन किरदार है इस केस स्टडी के अंदर. You may get a broad idea, but you will have to read the case 3 or 4 times. That takes time. पूरा पेज पढ़ना है आपको, और पूरा पेज एक बार पढ़ने में आपको कम से कम 3-4 मिनट लगेंगे. दूसरी बार पढ़ोगे फिर 2 मिनट लगेंगे, तीसरी बार पढ़ोगे फिर 1-1.5 मिनट और लगेगा. सो अभी आपके 5-6 मिनट तो केवल सवाल पढ़ने में ही चले गए हैं. How will you attempt this big questions in 250-300 words in the remaining, let's say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes? It takes time. And because it takes time, obviously, you will not be able to, in many cases, not be able to attempt the questions properly. But having said that, recognizing the problem, now we also have a solution for this thing. Problem है time management की, इसका solution भी है हमारे पास. Solution क्या है? Solution is PYQs. Please look at previous year questions. Look at, there is no number over here. You want to look at last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. जिसके आपको देखने आप देखो. Last 5 years is the good enough number. You pick up last 5 years papers, open up those 5 years papers and see theoretical questions and case studies questions. पिछले 5 साल के पेपर देखो और वहां पे उन पेपर से PYQs से spend, for example, 20 days, 10 for theoretical and 10 for case studies. Spend 20 days, 2 hours each on 30 case studies or all the theoretical questions. Look at all the case studies of past years, past 5 years, and from those case studies, cut the noise, remove all the characters, remove all the background, just try to identify कि क्या यहाँ पे ethical dilemma पूछा गया है. What is the core thing that has been asked in that case? What is the key conflict that requires addressing in that case? Go to the heart of it and then identify कि क्या ethical dilemma है. This will take time. समय लगेगा इस चीज में identify करने में. This takes maturity to identify the ethical dilemma. And once you do that, then write a 1 paragraph, meaning 4 or 5 lines answer to how will you address this ethical dilemma. For example, आपने case study देखी और वहां पे dilemma था, let's say personal versus professional. My personal interests are being compromised because of my professional commitments. Or my professional progress is being compromised because of my personal commitments. There is some dilemma, there is some conflict between your personal responsibilities and your professional responsibilities, your personal life and professional life. बीवी बच्चे खुश नहीं है versus let's say ऑफिस में काम ढंग से नहीं हो पा रहा है, whatever. There is some personal versus professional conflict which is there in the case study. लाइफ को थ्रेट है, करियर प्रोग्रेस नहीं हो पा रहा है वर्सेस कुछ करना है. सैंड माफिया के ऊपर, माइनिंग माफिया के ऊपर रेड भी डालनी है, लेकिन पॉलिटिशियन उनके साथ में, पूछा हुआ सवाल है ये. पॉलिटिशियन सिंघम बेसिकली पॉलिटिशियन मिला हुआ है उनके साथ, एंड यू आर बीइंग ऑफर्ड, अगर रेड नहीं डालोगे देन यू विल बी गिवन अ प्रमोशन, यू विल बी गिवन अ प्लम पोस्टिंग समवेयर. So should you prefer then your personal comfort over your professional duty of being objective, being courageous? There is a conflict. समझ में आ रहा है ना conflict क्या है? So every case study would have some sort of a conflict. For example, there would be some personal versus professional conflict in this case. Identify the key conflict in case studies. Pick up last 5 years case studies, 6 or 7 case studies in years, 30-35 case studies आपको मिलेंगी. From each of those case studies, identify the key conflict which is there, the key dilemma which is there. And then write down a 4 to 5 lines answers as to how will you address this dilemma. Ethics की preparation, ethics का source यही है. एथिक्स का सोर्स कोई किताब नहीं है, कोई मटेरियल नहीं है, कोई लेक्चर्स नहीं है. एथिक्स का सोर्स यही है. स्वयं एथिक्स का अपने आप मेहनत करनी है एथिक्स के लिए. Pick up previous year questions, identify the case, look at the case studies, identify the dilemmas and write 3 or 4 lines, 4 or 5 lines as to how will you address this dilemma. Now you are prepared. Now when you look at the question in the exam, The characters might be different, the context might be a bit different, but at its heart there would be some conflict. You have a list of, let's say now, 15 conflicts that you have identified, 10 conflicts that you have identified, and now you know if there is a conflict, this is what I will write in my answer. You know already what is it that you're going to write. Now simply have to adjust this answer or this framework in the context of the case study that was asked. This is how you write good answers in less time. This is what you have to do. Practice. So time wala part hum yahan se address karte hain. So time is a big challenge in case studies answers in ethics paper 4. Time ke liye you will have to practice. You have to work hard beforehand. Do not think of yourself as Superman that yes, I will look at the question and I will be able to write a very good answer in less period of time. You will have to practice. You can't simply start, you can't simply think that yaar 250 number hain, itne zyada marks vary kar rahe hain. Understand the importance of this paper. पेपर 1, 2, 3 में इतना वेरिएशन नहीं है मार्क्स में जितना पेपर 4 के अंदर वेरिएशन है. So becomes really important paper, and this goes to some extent for paper 3 as well. Paper 3 maybe most people get on the lower side, and survivorship bias है, the selected ones get the marks on the higher side. पेपर 1 में for example non selected candidate versus selected candidate, बहुत ज्यादा अंतर नहीं मिलेगा आपको मार्क्स. ऑब्वियसली अंतर होगा ही होगा, तभी वो 1% सेलेक्टेड है, 1% नॉन सेलेक्टेड है. लेकिन पेपर 1 में या पेपर 2 में बहुत अंतर नहीं है बिटवीन सेलेक्टेड वर्सेस नॉन सेलेक्टेड. पेपर 4 में बहुत अंतर है. जो सिलेक्टेड नहीं है उसके 60, 65, 70 नंबर हैं, जो सिलेक्टेड उसके 110, 120, 130 नंबर है. अब समझो ना कहां बहुत बड़ा, देयर इज अ बिग डिफरेंस इन पेपर 4 मार्क्स. सो यू विल हैव टू प्रिपेयर. यू कांट अंडरएस्टिमेट इट एट योर ओन रिस्क. अंडरएस्टिमेट हम क्यों करते हैं? लगता है हाँ भाई यहाँ पे हमको हिस्ट्री थोड़ी ना पढ़नी है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट थोड़े याद करने, कुछ इकोनॉमिक्स के फैक्ट्स थोड़े ना याद करने हैं हमको. लिख देंगे सबको, because we are using these terms, honesty, integrity, all these, we are using transparency, accountability. We know these terms, we'll talk about these terms, and hence we think that we can write about these terms. No, you can't write about these terms. You have to practice for this. So please practice in this manner. Look at previous year questions. Same thing for theoretical part also. Look at previous year questions, theoretical part, case studies past. For theoretical part, look at the values that have been asked. Integrity kya hai, honesty kya hai, courage kya hai, perseverance kya hai. Look at all the values. Write down at max 1 line definition and at max 2 lines example, 2 sentences example, 1 sentence definition of a certain value. Again, you have to do this exercise yourself. Do it yourself. This is how you prepare for ethics paper. You will be in a position to write good answers in less amount of time. This is time management portion of ethics first. Second and third are the qualitative aspect of writing an answer to case studies. As in the problem that we see, first problem was lack of time or management of time. Second, third problem क्या है उनके बारे में बात करते हैं. The second problem that we as evaluators see in your answers is that you throw jargons. And when I say jargon, I don't just mean to say that you have written in your answer deontological ethics. jargon का मतलब केवल मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूं कि आपने कोई difficult to understand word use कर दिया है. जार्गन का मतलब मैं बोल रहा हूं कि आपने वर्ड बिना किसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट के इस्तेमाल कर दिया है. Many of you were there in our yesterday's class as well, so I'll just repeat an example from there, and others will also. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा, you will also relate to that. You look at an administrative case study, and you straight away write the value of honesty, integrity, transparency, accountability in that. Do you even think that do you even know that what is the meaning of that value that you are writing? Is it relevant to that particular case study or not? आप डीएम हो, पुलिस वाले हो, सीईओ हो, पॉलिटिशियन हो, आप कुछ भी हो, हर जगह होना चाहिए आपको इंटीग्रल, हर जगह होना चाहिए आपको ऑनेस्ट, ट्रांसपेरेंट, अकाउंटेबल होना चाहिए. लेकिन क्या उस सिचुएशन के अंदर आपकी ऑनेस्टी रिक्वायर्ड है या कुछ और चीज रिक्वायर्ड है? You close your eyes and you write the words. I'll not use the word robotic because robots have become very intelligent. You simply have some list in your mind and simply you write down those values without even thinking whether that value, that particular thing is required in this context or not. That is what I mean when I say jargons, not just difficult words. When you read about, let's say, the theoretical portion of ethics, Then you will come across, let's say, many theories. जैसे मैंने अभी नाम लिया deontological school of thought, or virtue ethics, for example, conscience school, utilitarian. You may come across some terms, some phrases, broken window theory. पता नहीं तुमने सुना होगा कि नहीं सुना होगा. Do not think that because there is some good term that you know or that you see, you can write it without explaining to the examiner. You explanation की requirement नहीं होगी अगर आपने सही context में use किया है, और अगर गलत context में use किया है तो कितना भी explain कर लो, examiner को समझ में नहीं आएगा कि आपने यहाँ पे क्या लिख दिया है. समझ में आया क्या है? Jargons. And that is why, that is second aspect as to why people are unable to write good answers. One was time, second one is jargons. Your answers are not the statement that you write, they are not contextual, they are not relevant in the context of the question. Make sure whatever you are writing is in the right context. Identify who you are. आप क्या role play कर रहे हो? Every case, जैसे मैंने start भी किया था, every case would have some problem and you would be required to, let's say, solve that problem. You, in the sense, you would be in a certain position assigned in that case. What are you? What powers do you have? What limitations of power do you have? What authority do you have? Can you exercise? आप डीएम हो, आपके एरिया में रिलीजियस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहा है कोई, और आप सॉल्यूशन में दे रहे हो कि मैं क्या करूंगा, मैं लोगों के अंदर टॉलरेंस की वैल्यू को इनकॉर्पोरेट करूंगा. आप कौन हो तो भी टॉलरेंस की वैल्यू इनकॉर्पोरेट करने वाले? आपका काम है कि आप मोमबत्ती लेके चल पड़ो. आपका काम है कि आप बच्चों की स्कूल बुक्स के अंदर चेंज करो, नहीं हमको टॉलरेंट होना चाहिए. दैट्स नॉट योर जॉब. आइडेंटिफाई व्हाट योर जॉब इज. Always identify what role you are in, what problem is there, solve that problem that has been asked. You're not required to be jnani in a case study. I will try to give all the jnana with respect to all the things. No. Role identification is very, very important. और जब role identify करते हैं ना, तभी हम jargons से बचते हैं. अपने आप ये maturity का part है. हम तो फिर अपने आप jargon से बचने लग जाते हैं. In the sense, jargon का मतलब हम relevant चीजें लिखते हैं, फिर contextual चीजें लिखते हैं, rather than कुछ भी लिखते हैं. कुछ भी कब लिखेंगे जब हमको पता ही नहीं हमको क्या लिखना है. इसीलिए एडमिन केस स्टडी आई विल राइट पब्लिक ट्रस्ट, ट्रांसपेरेंसी, अकाउंटेबिलिटी, ऑब्जेक्टिविटी, आई राइट ऑल दोस थिंग्स without realizing what am I, what is the situation, what is the requirement of the situation. Always recognize what role you are playing, what powers you have, what authority you have, what responsibilities you have, what can you do, what you cannot do. Recognize those things, you will start seeing the problem more clearly. चिड़िया की आंख आपको तभी क्लियर दिखेगी. You'll see the objective, you see the bullseye only when you recognize who you are, what are you required to do in that situation. So your answers should be free of jargons. Your statements must be contextual, must be relevant. Second problem that we see, which we think that can be addressed if you become more mature in understanding the question. The third one is prejudice, or let's say bias. The third problem that we see in your answers, or we assess that students have in what they are writing, is that they are prejudiced or that they are biased. Biased का मतलब क्या है? अभी मैंने आपको बताया था, जैसे ethical dilemma है A versus B. Should you do A? Should you do B? अभी मैंने आपको बताया ना, opportunity cost, rational, वो सब मैंने आपको बताया था. Should you do A versus should you do B? प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रॉब्लम क्यों है? क्योंकि A के भी कुछ बेनिफिट्स हैं, कुछ नेगेटिव्स हैं, B के कुछ बेनिफिट्स हैं, B के कुछ नेगेटिव हैं. तभी तो प्रॉब्लम है. If A was only right, there was no problem. You'd always choose A because A would always be better. B के पॉजिटिव्स होंगे लेकिन नेगेटिव्स भी हैं. A के कुछ नेगेटिव नहीं होते तो फिर आप तो हमेशा A को ही चूज कर देना. या फिर अगर B के केवल, if B had only negatives, you would never choose B, you would then choose A. At least there are some positives of A. The problem is that both have some positives, some negatives. Let's say you end up choosing A. आपने A की चॉइस करी. Being prejudiced का मतलब क्या है, या being biased का मतलब क्या है? My choice and your choice may not differ. I may also choose to do A. You may also choose to do A. your answer would be prejudiced, my answer would not be prejudiced. Even though हम दोनों सेम काम कर रहे हैं, your would look to be prejudiced or biased, my would not look. Why? Because you choose to look only at this. Versus I look at this, I address this, and I recognize this. I will justify in my answer, justification. I will justify in my answer that, okay, B has some positives, I'm okay to sacrifice those positives. इस sacrifice को मैं justify कर रहा हूं. That I am choosing A, meaning I will not get the benefits of B. I am recognizing this thing and I am justifying, yes, I am okay to sacrifice this. I am recognizing the positives, but more importantly, recognizing that my choice will have some challenges also. आंख बंद करके सपोर्ट करना वर्सेस आंख खोल के सपोर्ट करना अलग अलग चीजें हैं. सपोर्ट तो सभी कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हाँ, ये रिकॉग्नाइज करना, ये चूज करना फॉर दीज बेनिफिट्स, बट रिकॉग्नाइजिंग व्हाट आई डोंट गेट एंड व्हाट आई डू विल हैव सम नेगेटिव्स. कैन आई टेक सम स्टेप्स to minimize this negative aspect? This is being rational. This is being argumentative. Versus when you look at only this, this is being biased or prejudiced.